Hello and welcome back to the next episode of Milan on our tall, well, let's call it Italy game. I think it will be an Italy game. I mean, I want to go for Italy, but I think it will be called Iron Crown Italy or Italia, whatever. So, we left off on a banger that we got most of Florence here and received a hefty coalition which fell apart quickly, but we do have a lot of aggressive expansion to work down now. So we have to be basically 11 years at peace, at least 10 years before we can risk anything. We can use the time to create some claims to just be prepared for eventualities. For example, this claim here will expire at 4009, so we do have, what's that, 41 years left. And I do want to make more of those. And yeah, that's more or less it. And meanwhile, we are going to focus on internally a bit on economy. We found out last time that we have a massive fuel problem. So here we are at 78%, but we also have an industrial problem, which I didn't notice last time, which is on 88% already. Yeah, that's something we have to fix eventually. So for now, we are just going to stay nice and peaceful for a while and use our diplomats here, for example, to make a claim here. We already have a claim from Ancona on Ferrara, so that's good. I think Mantua became a free city. No, it did not. I thought I saw something like that, but maybe it's another city with M. And we also have a claim here. We also want a claim here on Montferrat. That's also something we need to do. And I think we also want to... Papal influence, please. We want to make a claim here into Tyrol. And that should be... also Sitten here. Sitten should also... Oh, it's already a vassal of Savoy. So that's okay. We still have the royal marriage Saluzzo there. We can use that to vassalize them if we want to. And then we could feed Piedmont to them, but I think Piedmont we are going to annex directly. So there's no need to use a vassal for this. Oh, I think I need to still fix this one here. This only happens to knowledge if I'm... No, military is this one. Industrial fulfillment, 88%. Yeah, we really have to be careful now so that we don't drop too low. Because also our industry is impacted from this. And no special favors. Leaves the court. Or what? 10 loyalty and autonomy. No. I think we are going to take this hit. And then a tribal one. Funny. Let's promote him. Go. And let's switch the song as well. Yeah, I think we are going to just make some claims surrounding us and improve relations. And the money we can make here will be moved into infrastructure. We are mostly building amenities. But for the economic question, what else we are going to do when the amenities are done, if we look at Lombardy here, what we want to do is push up the garrison and the irrigation by at least one level here. So that we can get the metalworking skill, but most importantly the local training cost reduction, because that's going to be quite useful, because Lombardy itself is our biggest manpower pool. So if we go here, you see here that Lombardy is providing the most manpower. So any cost reduction here will be useful, and we should do this. I think we are going to stay on course in regards to economic ideas, because that will play well in everything we do here. and reduces everything nicely that we do. And then probably afterwards a military idea group, but I'm not sure which one yet. So, but that's a long time away, even though... Oh, that's nice of them that they include Ravenna now, so that's going to be cheaper when we take everything here in one go. I think Ferrara is something we can annex in one run. That should be okay with the aggressive expansion. And we probably can take only Piedmont in one go. We cannot add Cuneo on top of that. So that's a problem, and that's also the reason why I think I'm going to annex this one directly, because it's also very valuable and will also be a secondary manpower pool for our country. And as we saw last time, this is one of the few large forests we have here with 131. So we want to definitely integrate that into our economy, let's say it like this. You have... yeah, 49. I think we have to just wait 10 years now and improve on things. And I do think I'm just going to skip ahead from here onward to your point where something happens or when we can do something again. Well, here we are with our first ruler that we had disappearing into the void. Problem is, we now have a Regency Council, a Regency. Because our heir that we once had died, of course, to an accident. He was great, but we got almost as great. So the other one had 14 points in total. Now this one has 13. I think these are better distributed for what we want to do, like admin group and then military group. But still, he's only 3 years old, so we have to wait 12 years now. And the one we got here is... not great. Of course, we can pick a new alignment here, which is going to reduce corruption a bit. That's useful. And the big question is now, how do we want to align here? We could align with the state and hope that we get to 30 influence already. I doubt it. I think we have to align at least once before we can get to 30. Not align, I mean... yeah, align the cabinet. That's what I want to say. So let's first of all do it here, and then the big question is like, what do we pick? Because of course everybody will dislike it, whatever we do. Aristocrats do like us with plus 49 though. So maybe we actually risk it and go here. And then we can pick all these nice bureaucrat advisors here at half price. They don't give us skills or something, but that's fine. And then we promote them, all of them. I think we can afford this. And also, I think the reform modifier will also expire this year. Yes, perfect. And then there are royal marriage offers, but I want them to be sent from me here, so that they are my dynasty. And I think Trent can't, right? No, they can't. Meanwhile, we have been able to vassalize Pisa here, and we vassalize Trent. And the aggressive expansion is nicely ticking down over time. This one is also quite useful, the Imperial Diplomacy here. Still have it for 14 years. But we still cannot expand right now. We are still on 30 here for Piedmont. And we are even at 50, I think, here for Ferrara. The big question still remains, what are we going to target first? We failed our spy network earlier on Montferrat, but we got our claim on Piedmont. And I think I also... yeah, so the Genoa claim, of course. And in regards to Genoa, we could do a trick, but that would be very expensive, is that we could declare war on Fermo here. And that would pull in Genoa as a co-belligerent. And then we could try to just take Liguria here, so we don't have to fight this whole alliance of Castile-Naples. But, I mean, Castile currently only has 18,000 troops, and Naples is down to 10k. So that's good, I would say. But still, yeah, I don't know. Ooh, what's happening here? Interesting. Are they really losing? Are the Ottomans losing here? Funny. Actually, Serbia is quite big here, so that's why maybe. Yeah, so I don't know. We are going to still wait a few years before we do something. We are not in a hurry here. We are playing tall anyway. In regards to that, we want to build amenities 2 here because we are already at 14k and can only fit 11.5. So we are going to do this one. And I think the next one will be Parma again. Yes, because this one needs amenities 3 now. There we go. 900. Whew. Yeah, we need money. The question is, where do we get money? I don't know. We could do some wars though. Just for cash. For example, I would like to just plunder Piedmont here. That would be awesome. We could also try to... Are we not backing on a spy network here? Oh, we wanted to do this as well, but I forgot apparently. Yeah. The big question is, how can we make more money for our infrastructure? Genoa, Montferrat, and Savoy. We have conquest warlords against them, but we don't want to use them right now. We have humiliate rival on Mamluk in England. That's not an option either. And we have Rogue Republic on Grishun. Allied with Switzerland. I mean, we could, of course, also... Naples is in here. We could, for example, declare war here on Fermo. That would pull in Genoa, of course. But then we could break alliance on Genoa. And of course take cash from them. We don't want to loot this hard just lightly. I think actually that might be a good option. And Lucca and Massa would join. These are both... Ooh, and they don't have separate alliances. So if we do this... Let's see. Could we... Ah, okay. We can take Massa. Lucca is a free city? Or why did Bohemia get involved? I'm confused. Why would Bohemia get involved? Yeah, Lucca is a free city. Another reason to annex it. Maybe we take these 2 provinces plus this one. This one is cheap because it's not Empire, but these 2 maybe? Give them to Pisa maybe? And then break alliances for Genoa here? I think that might actually be a decent option. So we are waiting for the reform modifier to expire now, so that we can take cheaper technologies here in November. That's what we are waiting for. And social instability is also disappearing. Perfect. And then we do... Wait, so we have to wait for the next month for it to be applied. There we go. And now we can take slightly cheaper technologies. So even... Oh, wait a second. Can we even declare war in a regency? We can. Oh, it's only a Regency Council which disallows that. We also take DIP, yes. Then we take public office here, and we also take the next one already, or do we wait a bit? It's 400. It would be ahead of time a bit. It doesn't really matter. The only thing is that we would get access to these ones earlier. Okay, last chance. Do we want to go economic or do we want to go something else? And we could also go for civic religion because it's autonomy and rural skills here, plus also this one gives education skill. Nah, I think we have to go economic with our pretty urbanized realm here. So, oh no. So we are upgrading here. Ooh, we get our special unit, Genoese Balestreri. Nice. And then we go into the runner cavalry. Are we ahead in tech? We are 17 and they are 18 already even. Ugh. That's bad for us. Okay, let's take this tech as well and then we go into the idea group, economic here. Pick the tech and then we already can look at the future for the public infrastructure here. That's going to be massive. Yep, really nice. So that's a thing. And let's get our loyalty up here and then go to war. And what do we have? Why are we making a spy network on Savoy? We don't need that. I think I wanted to send one here. Oh, we have one here. Okay. So let's wait until we have our army at full strength. This war shouldn't be hard though, because we do have Florence with 6k, we do have Ancona with 3000, Trent with 2000, and then Pisa with 2000. So we just need to wipe armies here of Genoa and these two provinces here, and the rest is a cakewalk. So I don't think I'm going to show this in detail at all, because it's a relatively simple war. Yeah, and then we take cash and break alliances from Genoa, but we have to plunder Liguria at least once here, which is a bit sad. But let's look at it from a bright side. Where is the infrastructure fund has 280 money in it. Not going to say no to this. We can actually send a spy master here. And oh no, really? 25 devastation because there is a fire in Lombardia. That hurts. And that's going to hurt a lot here. Because we only have stability 0 currently. So we have to go up here as quick as possible. So to take down the devastation quicker. Because that's reducing wealth. Not wealth, but population growth. And also it's going to reduce production output. So that's a thing. Okay, we are going to improve conditions. I changed this event a bit. So when you do this, here, improve conditions. So if you do this one, you get a debuff, a quite strong one. But if you do this one, you invest 80 ducats into the province where this event is triggered for. And there should have happened something. Something broke. Okay, we are going church must come first because we are going to stay Catholic. It should have been it should have queued up 2 units of amenities there. Why did it break? I'm not sure. Or am I on the wrong build? No, I'm on the right one because of 80 ducats now. I don't know. I will find out. I have to investigate later. Yes. Oh no, it was here. Yeah, wrong province. Not Parma, Pavia. Yeah, there is the 2 units of amenities here. So which now got constructed because we do have a deficit here, and this event only triggers if population is somehow close to the cap, and then it sometimes can be triggered here. Okay, let's go. No, not Genoa. We are attacking Marca Farma here. Like this, and then we call in Massa. And that's it. Yeah, that's an easy one. Where's Genoa's army? That was here for a second. Ah, it's here now. Okay, but... let's siege it down here first. Or do we have to go here? Oh, we have to get... Okay, let's do it differently. We are going to visit... Really? We can't? So we are going only light looting this war. Can we at least get here? Yeah, we can go there. Okay, fine. Thanks. Thank God. So we can take this army out. Great. And okay, they are taking care of this one. And now we can go to Genoa again. And visit them. Just have to remove their army. If all of them retreat here to this province, then this is perfect. Because then they are boxed in there unless they get military access to get out of there. Yeah, perfect. We are already sieging everything down. And now we just move forward until the peace deal can happen here. Here we are already. We just got the siege down on Liguria, or Zina. It's a city name here. And now we take out the army once more. And when that is done, we move home. Perfect. Yes, now we move home. No need to lose more stuff than necessary. And okay, we start with Genoa here. So what we want is the Naples and Castile alliance to be broken. We want war reps of them from them, of course. And then we either want not steer trade. Transfer. No, we're not going to do this. No, we are going to instead just take cash. At 57, that's all? Wow, they're broke. Okay, so we take 57 cash here. And now they have time to make new alliances until we can attack them. Although, of course, we do have a relatively long truce now. 87, yeah, 10 years, that's fine. Okay, and now we continue forward to Massa itself, which we cannot take, but we can give it to Pisa. Pisa. There we go. So now let's take out Massa. It's 17, that's fine. Here we go. And now this one will go to Ancona. The question now is how much will that one cost us? 13 as well. Got the feeling that something is already piling up here. And Lucca, if we were to take this, also 13. Yeah, let's do it. And then we get rid of 3 small city-states here. So bye Lucca. And now is the question, can we also take this one? Genoa won't like it. Genoa has a truce. Venice won't like it. Venice doesn't matter. Okay. Yep. We also do this one. And we just got a big batch of aggressive expansion again. But that doesn't matter. And now we also take this idea group here. And we get 2.5 material cost for projects, which reduces everything. So that's extremely powerful. And our army will go back to training again. And now the big question will be which alliances will be picked here against us next time. I do think that I think we have to wait 10 years again, roughly. until we can do another conquest. Oh, 960 for Palmer. And then we probably want to take Genoa already. Or Piedmont. One of these two have to go. Of course, Ferrara also has to go, but we cannot afford all of that at the same time here. And also, we should support the Empire here in its reform. 34 for it, 90 against this. That's fine. So some will join the coalition again, but that is only temporary. Now, in between, I was able to remove one of the obligations here. And with an event, I also was able to reduce expensive court. It's the event which wants to increase this one, but it also has the option to decrease one for 35 loyalty. I did that. We are going to increase loyalties here whenever we can. Goal is next to reduce the obligation laws here, at least to 2. So whatever positive loyalty we have will go in here. And on this side here, when we get the next interactions, actually we could do it right now. We have an 89%, right? Yes, we do. So we are going to remove the obligations here. We can't. Why? Oh, because we don't have 25 admin. Okay, that's doable. That's really quickly doable. Why do we do this? Well, because we are... It's quite expensive currently. So if we check our tax code here, we see that our 30 military points that we invest in units, which only leads to a force limit of 12. We are currently over because we just lost manpower. This costs us 6.5 in noble levies, 7 in citizen service, and a lot in volunteers, of course. But every point of military that we can save up is useful here and probably can get us a bit more manpower now. Bohemia just got re-elected, so it's very likely that we are going to be... Yes. But the Imperial Reform is done. The problem is now that he can now revoke territory. I hope that our vessels will not give anything to him. And we just got more coalition here. That's bad, but I think that's fine in total. We should, for the moment, actually improve with the Pope here. And we have one of our vessels. And the big question is, who can we integrate soon? This one is in 7.5 years, but of course he still needs to integrate these two. And Ancona is probably almost ready. Okay, almost ready, but I want to feed more stuff to Ancona first. So the subject we would like to integrate is Trent, but that is on 20.8 years. So none of the vessels we are going to see integrated anytime soon. But the good news is Pisa is done. So this will not be expanded. Florence will not be expanded. Ancona still has a little bit of stuff left here, which we could feed to it. We are going to annex Ferrara directly. We annex Genoa directly. We annex Piedmont directly, plus the Montferrat provinces here. And so these here will actually be integrated as soon as we can. And I think we are going to start with Pisa in 7.5 years here, getting a bit here. Yeah, we have to get Genoa to get the trade node under control. Because we currently have 0% here. Because Liguria is dominating everything here. If we take this province, then we are in charge of this trade node here. That's going to be a big income that we could get here. And that's, of course, the highest priority. So now we do have an angle of attack here, which we are probably going to execute soonish. So we are going to jump forward here again and see where it will get us. Well, I did a small endeavor into Bavaria because I wanted to take out take the province of Bozen here for Trent before I integrate it soonish. And I thought that's a good idea to just get this one. Even though it delays my other wars here, but it gets us a nice silver mine here, which can be handy to have. Just for the money. And I think Bozen also has a bit of farmland, yeah, and a bit of forestry, so that's also useful. Although we would need to open up pasture here, which is currently not opened. Something that can be changed when we take it. And in the meantime, we are heavily looting the region here, just for the cash that we can get out of it. Even though we only picked light looting because I made a mistake there. I wanted to take a much stronger looting policy, but I was too quick. Because I thought like, oh, I'm expanding in Italy where I only do light looting, but this is of course nothing we care about too much. So I thought we could have also done heavy looting there. And yeah, so with the cash, we have to think about what we want to do because our amenity projects are pretty much at the end. Come on, game. Do your tick faster. Come on. Let's do this 2 loots. Come on, we want to conquer or occupy them. Get the loot there. Come on. And then we just take a peace deal, force them to pay war reparations to us. And then we get out of there. And we did get like 300 out of this, I think. 300, 400, something like this. So let's go there. There we go. Go home. This one went to Trent now. And actually we could consider now adding Lienz and Gorizia and Friuli into the list of interests here. So in case we get claims there. And now we have to send our guys back to Outraged and Allies. Let's do it like this. So improve with everyone. And we support a Papal Pope here. So do we have something nicer here? Yeah, better. Now, in between, we already unlocked the 3rd and the 4th idea here. Steward of Currency is of course nice because of the inflation reduction, which we get quite a lot of from the money we take and peace deals. But we are reducing by 0.08, which is pretty good. So, like 1% will therefore take like 10 years, a bit more to cool down. Now we have 700 ducats. And I think last time I checked, our amenity projects are pretty much done. Nuvera here is already building amenities. The others are fine. Which means we can consider what else we want to finance. What I also changed in between is our investment here. So we are supporting the province in its state investment for infrastructure. Because we can already see on the horizon that we need to increase amenities here. Because we are at 119 of 215. Yes, of course it's doubling. But if our growth goes crazy again, when I invest into it, say for example, I think that's a good use for our money to invest 100 in there. And now what to do with the rest? We could consider building something here in Lombardia, which I think is a good idea because we want to push this one primarily. So if we go into the ledger again, Manpower Lombardia is still leading, then is Parma, then Pavia, then Bresa. So let's check them out. So we do have 260,000 here, 200,000, 218,000 and 190,000. So they have similar populations. They only have garrison run though. So what we could consider, let's check the price. I think I want to build a garrison level 3 here to get the local training costs down. because we are, of course, on volunteers. So training costs are definitely a topic. Yeah, I think that's worth it. Almost 400 here. And then we take this one, even though it's currently constructing amenities. And let's check garrison level 2 here. Garrison level 2. Oh, I didn't pick the province. No. Mistake. And 276. Okay, so I think the next monies that we make will go into these provinces here to get them to garrison 2 and therefore also further reduce our costs of military. Yeah, the coalition was to be expected again, but I don't mind. So we train again, get this army nice and going, and our manpower, or rather our force limit, is slowly going up again, even though we still didn't do any of these ones here. But I think we can do one now because it costs us 40, and we can do the tenant here, which is going to give us 15 again. So it's only minus 25, and I'm pretty sure there will be an interaction on the horizon for more. Of course, we also want to do the same here on the naval materials and manpower obligation of the burghers as well when we can. And to get our costs of military down as much as we can. Because there, as we already discussed in the first episode at the beginning, due to the fact that we don't have any military idea group, we really have to make do with what we have got. Yeah, and then the big question is, what idea groups do we want to pick? So economic now, and then afterwards military. But which one will it be? I'm still not fully decided on anything here, but I'm leaning to something which will also reduce garrison costs, like for example quantity here. And this one would also reduce manpower recruitment costs, which is massive. Plus the metalworking and mining skill, which is always nice. So yes. But we do have, again, more time to just do nothing here, because we are waiting for our aggressive expansion to go down and so on. We could consider to soon integrate Pisa, and I think we are going to do this. We still want to eventually attack Camerino, but the alliance network is not in our favor. So I think Genoa will be next. It doesn't really have alliances currently. So we wait until 87, and then we can see what we can maybe make of it. The good thing is that this one is not in the Empire, so we don't get that much aggressive expansion compared to when we take, for example, Bozen here. I think it's 50% more in HIE, which means that this province here was worth 15 def in comparison. But yeah, I think this is the most critical province here right now to get. And Piedmont afterwards, but these are both super expensive, especially Piedmont, due to the fact that it's in the Empire. Yeah, let's get the infrastructure done here. There we go. And then we check Javier next year. And do here 275, so that's all similar. Why is it always these annoying, very loud songs? And this one... Yeah, so in total around 500. And I think that's worth it to invest, because then we do have the four biggest provinces. We could consider to also investigate Burkham here. Burkham also has only garrison 1. I think this one we are going to do afterwards as well. Yes. Now, as an interesting thing in between, let's do a census. We do see... What do we have? Population, we have 1 million peasants here. 1,080,000. And we do have 368,000 residents. So if we compare these two together against each other, it means we are already at like 36% urbanization, which is of course insane. Wait a second. 1,000? Yeah, that's correct, yes. If we're from the total, no, it's not 30%, but we do have 360 of 1,500, yeah, so it's still 30% or something. It's decent. And this is only going to get crazier. So we are going to continue here. And I think for the last bit of this episode, we are going to take Genoa here and see the impact of that. But we have to jump some years into the future for this. Well, here we are in 87 and our truce with Genoa has expired and we are going to attack them right away. And we are actually going to give that... Are we going to, or do we take it directly? I mean, if we get nationalism, it will reduce our trade power. On the other hand, we want to integrate Pisa right away next. So I think we're going to give it to... Although this will quite a lot of cost there. Pisa is how loyal? Decently loyal. But that would double their development more or less. Yeah, I think we're going to give Genoa to Pisa and directly integrate them so we get rid of the nationalism here. That's of course delaying quite some profits for us here, which is a bit annoying, but it's fine. So we go to war here, we immediately go after them. But not ideal because we didn't have max loyalty. I stopped training too late, but it's fine. And now we can just wait for the siege to finish. We don't have cannons yet. I mean, we just unlocked them from the military tech that I just took, but they are not really great yet. So light looting here, of course, because we want to keep it. And yeah, and now afterwards, when we finish this one, I'm going to end this episode. Decline. We are not going to accept this. And we could take an idea group here. I think I'm going to do this here. So next one. And also our Regency has finished. So we have now a 6-5 king with selfish. So that's not ideal, but it's fine. We just have to get rid of this heir though. So he is going to be terrible. So bye-bye. And that's of course costly in regarding to 50 prestige. We can get this back though. Do we have the... No, we don't have the interaction available. I want to do one more grain dole here because I want to get to stability 2 again. I should have waited until book burning has expired. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I want to have the best military stats for this war just in case. It's not really necessary, but fine. Now, most important or most interestingly will be the fact how much aggressive expansion that will cost us. 31. Yeah, I think that's okay. It's not in the Empire, so that's why it's so cheap. Cheap. I mean, nothing is cheap here. We are not going to loot it. There we go. And now we can already piece them up. If we would take Ponente as well, 39. No, we can't risk that. So we take as well the war reps here. They don't like this yet, so we have to visit their army at least one more time. And here we go. Perfect. And now we are going to do this again. So war reps on top of this, and then just money until they are happy to leave the war. Here we go. That's it. And now, of course, we grant it to Pisa. So they will get this one. I hope it's still a claim from them. Yes, it's still, so it's cheaper for them and faster to integrate. And then we are going to get this one. So ideally they started right away. Yes, they already started making it a core. Which means that, I don't know, when it finished, a bit hard to... Is it even possible here? I don't think so. There's a new UI that's still a bit buggy here. And then we can start integrating here. This would take us until... Yeah, 6 years is fine. So we just start integrating them, and then in 6 to 8 years, I'm not sure if that already counts towards it here, will be ours. Perfect. Yeah, and that's it for Genoa here. And now this, of course, completely broke the trade here. Because now Genoa dropped from like having 100 plus trade power to only 18. And Naples and Sicily suddenly are the rank 1s here. But when Genoa is in our hands, we are going to be the boss here. Actually, they are going up in scale. Oh no, wait, it has to update on the yearly tick here. But yeah, basically, this is the end of this episode. We now have Florence under our control. We do have Genoa, or the city of Genoa, under our control. And the next steps would be to go for Venice, but also Piedmont and the rest here. So here. And these will be the steps that we are going to do in the next episode. And of course, we are going to start integrating Pisa and Florence here. One last thing to mention though is the fact that we are expanding state reach. We have now reached 15. And I think I'm going to continue here, even though although our corruption is going up significantly here. So we're going to do this one more time, and we are going to do... No, we don't need to do a tax relief here. We can get a bit of stability from here. 70% loyalty. Another one here. And then support commerce, 86. Do we maybe want to revoke something? I think I want to still get rid of the rural ownership here. Yes, 60 loyalty is a lot though. We could do urban autonomy. I mean, why not, right? Only 25 loyalty there. On the other hand, the power doesn't matter. We are already 88%, so doesn't matter. Many cities are probably already at 100 or close to it. Yeah, 96% here. So it would start to decay on its own again. Yeah, let's do it. Let's make them even stronger. Who cares? And we also pardon smugglers here. Do we also want to revoke something from the nobility here? It's 78%. We don't really have the dip, but I would like to revoke this one. Yeah, 40, let's do it. So we arrange a marriage here and we do the grand celebrations. Therefore, we are going to hopefully get a bit more... Ooh, that's nice. So we are going to have a chance of a saint here. Yep, we can get a saint when we have 50 influence, papal influence, which is going to be really nice. Because that's going to get us a pilgrimage site, which is nice. Yeah, so that's it for this episode. Next time we are going to continue playing tall here. Therefore, see you next time, leave a like and subscribe.